business when the rhythms were slower are
managing the businesses too often, and they're not adjusting the rhythm of the business to the times we're in. So the challenge to them is, you can be 55, but you better have a 30s mindset, headset.
And what about
the technology is the same way.
Right.
I mean, every time we buy a company, I'll guarantee you, the new CEO comes in, let me tell you, Jack, why I need $50 million in 3 years to put in a new system. That's yesterday, a long time ago. Today with the cloud and all the startups that are out there, there are all these magnificent inventory systems, sales systems, all these different CRMs that you can use, and it costs you less than $500,000 to install much of this stuff in pieces. And that's what I want people to think about. Another idea is, managers today, a lot of the fun has been sucked out of business. The recession sucked the fun out. Downsizing, cutting people, cutting costs. Fresh minds will see a whole new horizon. Growth, growth, growth. Growth is the elixir of life. And if you have growth, you have an exciting workforce.
I have an interesting perspective in that I hear the advice that you give all the time to the young people in our lives, our children who are in their 20s. And if you were talking to managers who are in their 20s right now, can you sort of share some of the advice that you share across the dining room table at night about if you want to win, if you want to grow, if you want a great and meaningful career, what's it take? What's it take inside of you? What should you be doing with your time and your energy?
Well, the most important thing is do what you love. And I'll give your advice. You always have this area of destiny discussion. The ideal thing is to find out on this highway, 2 highways, is that one highway you're on, it's all about what are you good at? What do you really feel you're better than everybody else at, or at least equal to? That's one direction. And the other thing is, what do you love to do? And when those 2 highways intersect, what you're good at and what you love to do, you have hit your area of destiny. You have hit the jackpot. So don't be afraid if you get your first job and it isn't what you like. Move on. Try something else. But know what you're good at. Find out what you love to do and make those 2 things marry.
Right. Find your area of destiny, right? And that is the exhortation constantly to the kids. What else? What other? Say now you're in your area of destiny. You're working in a job that is your area of destiny. That overlap of what you're uniquely good at and what you love to do. You're in that area, and suddenly you're managing 7 people.
Our favorite word: over-deliver. Always over-deliver. When your boss asks you to do something, don't just do that. Do 3 other things. Give your boss perspective. Make your boss smarter than he was before he met you. That is the objective of every employee that wants to grow. Constantly broaden the horizon of your boss. And then when you're a boss, remember that you want to grow from the reflected glory of your people. You've got to excite them, turn them on. The first-time manager has to get the employees so excited they're coming out of their skin to deliver. And then you sit back and you get the reflected glory of the atmosphere you've created, the talent you've put together, and you'll get promoted. But if you're the person who has to have all the ideas, and you're the person raising your hand to your boss, your employees will know it, they'll give you less, and you won't get the growth, personal growth that you're after.
Now you're the boss, and you're doing that with people, and you're growing, and you've got to hire because you're growing so fast. What are you looking for when you hire?
Well, we always talk about the 4 E's: energy, energize, edge, and execute. We talk about wrapping them in a P, a big P.
For passion.
Excuse me, I didn't say it. A big P for passion. And then we've got this thing that you and I have talked about and written about on LinkedIn, where we talk about the generosity chain. Every good leader we've ever seen has that unique generosity chain. Think of anybody who's listening to this, think about your bosses you've had over the years. Think about people you've seen grow. Did they excite you? Did they want to promote you? Did they love to give you raises? Did they take your ideas and steal them? Or did they promote your ideas and give you credit for them? That idea that a person desperately wants to see their people flourish. Now, I always say managing is like having a can of fertilizer in one hand, a can of water in the other hand, and you water the flowers. You water the seeds. Flowers grow. Weeds grow also. So you try and take the best flowers and have them grow, and you go in, you pull the weeds, and you take the weeds out. So to me, exciting people, taking care of them, they'll deliver for you and make you the hero of the world. So if you've got a generosity chain, use it. If you don't have one, go find the damn thing.
Yeah.
Ya volvemos con On the Record, solo por Wobby. Estamos viendo On the Record, solo por Wobby.
Jack, you've had so many achievements in your life, and you've grown companies, and you've, the list of your accolades is long, and now you're purportedly retired. What's left for you? What's the next mountain to scale?
Well, in my view, I want to build with a team the greatest online MBA school in the world, the Jack Welch Management Institute. It's an online MBA school where we take mid-career people who are in their mid-30s, who want to grow in their companies, and we teach them how to be great leaders. Our theory of the case is we teach on Tuesday, you go back to your company and try it on Wednesday, you come back and tell your classmates on Friday how it worked.
Right.
And so you're taking real life examples.
What got into you that here, after you had finished working and retired, that you wanted to start a company? I mean, start a company in an industry that is complicated and new. I mean, what suddenly became an entrepreneur at age something? Yeah, something. Suddenly you became an entrepreneur. What's that about?
Well, think about it. You got a chance to transform an industry with online technology. I was teaching at MIT, and I was teaching for 5 years. And I was teaching 45 kids. The 2008 recession came. All my faculty associates around were going in with their old notes in the midst of the biggest financial crisis in the world, teaching what they were teaching 5 years before. We threw away the textbook. We came in and we talked about what the whole world was doing, what they were doing in Latin America, what they were doing in Europe, what they were doing in America with TOP, what the ECB was doing. And we had the most exciting classes going. The kids were debating, fighting, arguing. Suddenly we started seeing the president of the university show up in our class. We saw these professors come into our class because the kids were so good. But I had 40 kids. My dream is to get an online school, the best in the world, and get 5,000 kids.
Not kids really, but grown-ups, right? Adults, right?
Well,
Like they're students.
Yeah.
Jack.
They better be kids in their head.
Right. Oh, ever youthful. Look, you and I both recall the day when one of our children, who's a college graduate, came home from work and his new job, which we had been so excited about because it was a fancy, shiny job, and he called work a grind. How do you, and we immediately suggested that he was going to A, be fired, or he's going to quit, and he got fired before he quit, but now he's living happily ever after in the right area of destiny. But, if you're starting to feel like work is a grind, maybe we can leave with advice for people, but how to keep it fresh, how to keep it exciting, how to keep yourself motivated. What's that about? What keeps work from being work? What keeps work from, how do you make work your life?
Learn. The word learning is a big part. Continue to grow and learn. Continue to come to work knowing it's your job to make it fun. If you go in and make it a grind, it becomes just a job. It's a pretty lousy life for the next 30 years. So always be looking for ways to excite your surroundings. Keep learning from other companies. One of the great things out there is every company is doing something better than you are in some area. Well, go find it. Learn about it. And then excite your people about it. And then encourage them to do that. If you get a learning environment going in your company, everybody's generating ideas. And from that comes innovation and growth. And from innovation and growth comes an exciting atmosphere.
Well, thanks so much, Jack. Great talking with you.
Thanks.